Hey everyone. Hi Pisces. All right, anyone new to Opal Oracle, welcome. Nice to have you. And anyone returning, hi, of course. Same. So, let's see here. Made a decision, have we? Well, I see whatever you're deciding to do or not do. I see particularly when it comes to morals is the correct decision. It doesn't mean completely stopping something. For all of you, it's just like some sort of, okay, I know that my next step forward needs to be, I heard X, Y, and Z. So, you made the right decision is what I hear. Pisces. You just received 4 cards with swords in them. Strong air, Pisces. Interesting. First other card to come out. Message from your higher self. Awesome. As I said. I feel like I want 2 more for this. Yeah. Okay. So, 1 second. So there's something you can learn from Virgo is actually the sign that came before you. So of course, if that's your opposite, you can learn very much from them. Okay? Now, I see what you're sending out to the world at this time is clear and concise. It's definitive. It's good. And if you're not, this also shows that it's important to do that, okay? To keep really clear in yourself about what it is, like keeping your mind real square, okay? Really clear. And I think what part of it is whatever bigger decisions that have been made that affect your relationships, for some of you, whatever that relationship may be, I see particularly for you, it's within your own head and your intimate partnerships, okay? It's sort of like externally you're like, this is the choice, this is the decision. But internally, I think this goes back to that reading because it takes time for tarot to work through. And I sensed there's this reading I did for you back. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was before I moved 2 times ago. So it was like 2 windows over here on this side, really bright, like lace curtains. And it was called Coming Down the Mountain. I used those Ukrainian oracle cards. And I sense that you've been coming down the mountain. And then I sense that you climbed a mountain. And now you're coming back down the mountain again. Okay? Yes, and I see in Virgo season, September, there is a very clear communication about well, I heard the technicality of something. Okay, this could have already happened because the cards are here, but I also see it as I heard you sticking with it. Don't fight it, is what I heard. There's still something you can't see yet. Even though you have all these swords, there's still something you can't quite see. I heard you're a little sharp in your tongue at times. And to you, I sense it that it's playful, but to certain folks, it's taken as very seriously. Okay? Extremely seriously, more than I heard that they would ever express. So like basically whatever you say, that's what they really feel like you think about them. And but I sense, and it shows me that you don't mean to do it like that. And so that's something that you can think about during this time frame, or, you know, over the next few months, just kind of checking in with that and seeing, you know, being really aware of what it is that you say and how it is that you say it and who it is that you say it to. Because the external expression of any of the elements is kind of masculine. So you really want to be in check with that, because again, I guess that can just, it shows me that it can affect others. Not that in the end game you're not going to be, everything isn't going to work out as it should, because it will, and it is already. You know, because sometimes you're just dealing with people who are more sensitive than you, which I know seems sort of like, oh, that would be hard to come by, I heard. But everyone functions differently. You know what I mean? Particularly subconsciously, right? I see that two people are waiting for the right time to do something. Like there's something about timing, there's something about finality within that timing, in the sense that something closes and then something can open. But it's not like these two things can't happen at the same time. They're not allowed. So there's like some sort of separation, but there's also a togetherness about it. I see that there is deep consideration, okay, and a conversation. The conversation aspect is coming up also. It's like September is concerned about November. Well, I heard November, but September is concerned with October, right? Like, maybe there's a lot of forward thinking in Virgo season for you to be like, okay, well, how's this all going to pan out? Really, how is this all going to pan out? You know, because I see that people want details. They want to completely understand it. There's like all these little tiny, tiny details that are being analyzed about something. And there's some sort of weighing of pros and cons. There's like uh, I heard something like something has to be perfect before something can move forward. Um, but that doesn't work like that, you know. Just a second. Someone's kind of concerned about losing something, um, or like that they're not doing something the right way. Someone's really, like, not really concerned about it, but there's some sort of nagging about someone not, like, in a concern about someone not doing something the right way. And there's something to do with just a second. I see something in October is going to happen in a positive way. Um, there is something about, I heard you minding your own business. Okay. In understanding that even if you're involved with something, like whatever it is that's going on, you have some sort of attachment or whatever to it. You play a role within it, somewhat, somehow, some way. It's, I heard it's none of your business. Like, if it's between, like, if there's something specifically going on between two people, I see that it's important for you to be really receptive to letting that play out on its own. Okay? And I heard, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Right? It's not. I mean, we come to these, you know, you're here in this channel in a way to kind of see the future. But the past, the present, and the future are all mashed into one. So it's kind of like, well, it is whatever it is. And then, you know, again, there's a lot of things going on with a lot of folks all the time. And yes, you can be helpful. I see the best way for you to be helpful is, I heard, have sense of humor. Okay? Keep it positive in your speech. Again, just be kind of aware that, you know, because maybe you're in a really good space, or you're Pisces, so you kind of brush off anything that's sort of tough. You know, a lot of the time, you can do that. It's a skill of yours. You know, you're optimistic in a way, but it's also like, you never know who you come across and what it is that they're going through, which is another, I hear another song, which is by Guru, by Gangstar. And the line is, do not be so quick to judge You may not know the hardships people don't speak of. Now, of course, that can be complete strangers that you come across, new people that you've never met before, even the woman at the, wherever the cashier is at the grocery store, whatever. But this also has very much to do with the majority of people that we're around, right? Like, even the folks that we're really close to, sometimes they're not actually expressing all it is that's going through their head. All the things that they've really been thinking about and trying to figure out and solving within themselves. So there's something about compassion within that aspect that's important to remember. Okay? I see that, so we talked about it, right? You were coming down the mountain beginning of the year. Maybe like February, mid-February. Then again, you climb the top of the mountain. Now you're coming back down. I see that you're climbing. There's a third mountain. You're climbing up the mountain. I see in a way you and other people, in a way you're all going up. There's multiple people going up the same mountain. But you all have to take a separate path, okay? It's not like you might not come across each other or whatever, but there's something about an independence with, all right, I'll meet you at the top. Kind of like, all right, I get it. You do your own thing. We're all working towards this similar goal, which is succeeding, right? However we would define that. And I see that if you have faith in the fact that taking the first step on that journey and being excited about it and moving up this next mountain and you kind of doing it by yourself, I see that when you get to the top of the mountain, there will be other people there. It's like you'll meet at this, and you'll come to the same place and time, okay? See, for those of you who are not in a relationship but would like that and are actually ready for it, which you're never technically ready, but you know what I mean? Like, you're more in a space of you're done, like, you've worked through your exes, you're willing to look at yourself objectively, right? It's obviously, seemingly very clear, okay? And if you keep working on the communication aspect, so that you don't, I heard, make any new karma, and just keep clearing out the old and becoming lighter and lighter energetically, right, emotionally, then I see that during September season, it's important for you to, that you can kind of put out the energy that you're ready for that, and I see in the next 2 to 6 months, you could find that, okay? Something really, but you want to make sure that you're asking for what it is that you want very clearly. I see you can also do some sort of writing would be important. It makes a really strong intention, and then it's kind of like writing it. Some people say you can put it in a desk or you can just burn it. Whatever it is, just sort of putting it out there and then forgetting about it, right? Not forgetting, but just not connecting a timeline to it, okay? Just letting it do its own thing while you do your own thing. Again, you're going up this mountain like this, maybe you don't know this person or whatever. Venus is going in retrograde. So for those of you who are looking for something, the reason why that would be 2 to 6 months also is because if you become involved with something when Venus is in retrograde, or I always see it not a time to whatever you've seen as beautiful will not be beautiful anymore, and anything that you find that you think is beautiful won't be beautiful to you when Venus goes direct again. So that's just something to be aware of, and that's where you need to kind of like have more, I heard, analytical time to figure out why it is that, why I heard you want what you want. Whether that's consciously or unconsciously. And then also understanding that when you're trying to manifest these things, it's like you have to cut yourself free from situations that you're still lingering about, particularly in your mind. Okay, memories of things, of old relationships, of your ex, you know, your husband or wife, etc. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, there's some letting go that you need to do a little bit. And whatever it is that you're going, if and when you do receive it, like, it's not going to be perfect, okay? And it will take work. But your message from your higher self is, well done, job well done. Wherever you are right now, like, you've achieved a lot. Now the next thing is how are we going to, what's our next, your message from your higher self is like, what's your next step? What are you going to do creatively over the next 6 months? What are you trying to, right? This person just arrived in town, but they're still on the horse. They're just basically, people are saying, hello, how you doing? Nice to see ya. Where'd you come from? Whatever. And then this person, like, goes on its next, you know, to its next destination, its next goal. It's a progressive card, you know. It's kind of an individual effort in this also. Although this little, I forget what they call it. Mandala? No, that's not right. Something like that. But anyway, you know, with these three cards, this is marriage. This is kind of marriage too. Again, it can be seen as someone bringing a laurel to their, you know, to their love, to the person they're going to marry. So I guess for those of you who are also married or not, it's like being grateful for where it is that you are and being excited to move forward to having new experiences and emotional connections to people that are just really inspiring. Intellectually speaking, sexually speaking, passionately speaking, creatively speaking, it's exciting, right? I see that it's very good for you to exercise your mind, okay? Like, challenge your mind in the ways of, there is something about perfection, like, because wherever we sense or are desiring something from our mate intensely, it's something that we were deprived of when we were growing up, or from another mate or something. But whoever the other mate is, it always goes back to our parents, you know, our upbringing. Like, whatever we were derived, we will try to find people that are similarly vibrational to resolve that until we realize that we're in that loop. And then we can break that loop, but you still have, like, residual, you know, as the momentum slows down, we still sort of go through that. So it's just good to be really aware and clear of wherever you happen to accidentally self-sabotage things with the way that you think about it, okay? There's no need to do that. Just be, I mean, I'm not one for the keep it in the positive forever and always, because real life happens and real shit happens and it's heavy, right? But we can solve that. It's not easy to make that decision sometimes, right? Because we can't actually think our way out of it. We got to feel our way out of it and realize that our past does not define us. It's a part of us, a part of something so that we could learn more, but it doesn't mean that that has to be something that we keep with us that blocks us from being able to receive what it is that we want. You know? Yeah. All right, Pisces, let's pick one card from the Wild Unknown for your animal for this month. Pisces. The owl. The snowy owl. Oh, no, wait. That's a barn owl with the Ten of Pentacles. I see that the owl, the barn owl specifically, but owl overall, will help you understand more about where you come from and also your stability now. Like viewing yourself as very abundant, very able, capable, strong. You know, this Five of Wands and Justice were also on the board before, okay? You also have the Ace of Pentacles here that came out. It's like, I see that there are multiple animals here that are kind of like, not enemies of each other, but where they kind of, they're not from the same environment exactly, so it makes the combination of it sort of challenging. I also see for those of you who have been divorced or like are getting a divorce or dealing with someone, because, you know, by the time we live life for a while, it's like most people have been married before or had an ex before. You know, we all come with history, you know, so there's something about like not letting that overwhelm you emotionally during Virgo season, okay? I heard what happened in April. What was going on in April is part of what the owl will teach you too. Okay? There's also a full moon, 25th, I believe. You can double check on that, in Aries. So that's just nice to know. It's good for cycle closing out. Yeah, particularly energetically, I see it could really help you. You're almost there, you know, so I heard don't give up. And have fun going up that mountain by yourself, whatever that means, okay? Enjoy it. Enjoy the view. Stop, you know? And even if you get to the mountain faster than someone else, the top of the mountain, or someone else faster than you, well, if the plan was to meet up there, well, if one of you gets there first, don't go running off, you know? Be patient. Okay? All right. I will talk to you later. Anyone who's still here, I just want to thank you so much. Everyone's been so kind and considerate and intellectual and philosophical. All the people I work with personally, privately, they all ask just such wonderful questions. It's so full of growth and enlightenment and just wanting to see and understand more, but not just for themselves, like, so that it's about the whole, it's about everything. And I just want to thank you for that. And anyone who's donated, or just, just you being here and, participating, exchanging this energy, that's part of what makes the world a better place, So be proud of yourself for that. It's a big deal. All right. I'll see you real soon. Have a good September. Bye.